Welcome to a New Life podcast with Pamela Jean, where it's all about empowering women to empower more women. Get ready, friends, to create a new life. And here is your host, Pamela Jean.
Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to a New Life podcast. I'm Pamela Jean, your host, and today's episode speaks to the very center of our human experience, emotions. I've titled this podcast, Yesterday's Emotions Don't Belong Here, and I'm going to dive into this in a way that I hope you feel an impact from today's episode. We are going to dive into the practice of living with today's emotions, not the emotions of yesterday's and not the anticipated emotions of tomorrow, because what do you feel right here, right now? So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's have an honest conversation about the power and purpose of being emotionally present. So let's begin with yesterday, first of all. Yesterday might have been hard. You might have felt disappointed, overwhelmed, angry, even heartbroken. And if you're not careful, those emotions, they become baggage. What emotional baggage are you carrying around today? They sneak into today and rob you of your peace, clarity, and potential joy. Here's the truth. You are not obligated to carry yesterday's emotions into today. Emotions are meant to move. They're energy in motion. But when we rehearse pain, ruminate over the past, or keep reliving a conversation that went sideways, we re-anchor ourselves in a moment that's already gone. You know, we all have emotional baggage. Every single one of us do. Not one of us has gotten to this point in our lives without experiencing emotional pain. The emotional pain may have started for you when you were a little boy or a little girl. It could have been something that literally happened yesterday. It could have been something that was from high school or from an early relationship. But what I can tell you about all of that, your emotions are real. You should feel them at the time. But once you feel them, you have to let them go, and you can't let them have power over you as you move into your future. So think about emotionally, where are you making decisions from? Are you making decisions from the scared little girl that was treated badly, or the high schooler that was bullied, or the person that was fired from a job? Where are you operating from? Because if you're operating today from yesterday's emotions, you are literally doing a disservice to today. You will not be able to fulfill your obligations, your purpose for today if you're still pulling from yesterday's emotions. Yesterday's gone. You've heard that saying before. Yesterday's gone. You cannot control it. You cannot change it. It is gone. Let it be gone. So I'd like you to ask yourself an honest question. What am I still carrying from yesterday that no longer serves me? What am I carrying from yesterday that no longer serves me? And just for today, just this moment, can you set it down? Can you let it go? It doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means choosing healing over haunting. It doesn't mean you have to pretend that something didn't hurt you or someone didn't hurt you. It does mean you're choosing to be healed and become the best version of yourself and not letting the experience dictate your today or the possibilities for your future. Now, speaking of the future, we're going to talk about tomorrow's emotions. It's another trap that oftentimes we fall into. We anticipate and desire the future so much we forget to live for today. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to start feeling anxious or worried or overly excited about something that hasn't even happened yet? Maybe it's an upcoming meeting, a life change, a hope, a fear, and we start feeling the emotions before it arrives. Anticipating joy, sure, that's beautiful, but living for it, that can be very, very dangerous. Future-based emotions like anxiety or fear pull us away from the beauty of this moment. What caused us to start managing the outcomes we can't control. When you lean in so hard to anxiety or fear or fantasy of the future, causes us to start managing the outcomes of tomorrow that we can't control. And what happens when you try to control tomorrow? You end up with failure and disappointment. No matter how much you plan, worry, or hope, tomorrow's feelings are not yours yet to feel. Does that make sense? You can prepare for tomorrow. You can visualize your success, but don't rob yourself of today by mentally living in a place that doesn't exist yet. Another thing that we do when we're obsessing over tomorrow's emotions are fear-based. When it's fear-based, that means lack of education or you don't know the outcome. Well, why worry about an outcome that you're unaware of yet, that hasn't happened yet? Keep tomorrow where it belongs. Lastly, we're going to dive into today's emotions. Here's where your power lives. It's today, right now. Today's emotions are often quieter. They don't shout like regret or scream like anxiety, but they are deep, real, and incredibly wise. So pause for a moment. The time that we are sharing right here, right now, will never come again. We'll never have this minute, this second, this hour, this day, ever again. So pause for a moment and ask yourself, what do I actually feel right now? What do you feel right now listening to this podcast, going about your day? What do you feel right now? Where do I feel it in my body? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your head? Is it in your heart? Where do you feel it in your body? And what is it trying to tell me? Maybe you feel calm. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you're hopeful. Or maybe you're just grieving something and you didn't give yourself permission to grieve. Whatever today brings, sit with it. Acknowledge it and let it be your teacher. Your goal isn't to control your emotions necessarily. Your goal is to partner with them, lock arms with them, learn from them, and use them to move through your day with authenticity and grace. So we're going to have a little bit of a coaching corner, a coaching moment, if you will. And I'm going to work with you on grounding in the present. So here's your action plan. Here's 3 powerful tools to help you stay anchored in the present. Every single morning, I want you to have a daily emotional check-in. Each morning, ask yourself this question: what am I feeling today? Write it down. No judgment, just awareness. Step number 2, the 3-second reset. Stop and take 3 slow, intentional breaths when you feel pulled into the past or into the future. Remind yourself, I am safe, I am here, this is today, I am present. And emotionally, have honest conversations. Talk about it with someone you trust, someone you really trust if you're feeling something strongly. Not to rehash or project, but to release, to be seen, to allow yourself the opportunity to move forward. That's where coaching or mentorship or therapy could be very helpful for you, because living in your past emotions is not going to serve your today. And stressing and worrying and anticipating future emotions is absolutely not going to help you today. Live in the present, because like I said, this moment, the one that you are having right now, this second, this minute, this hour, you'll never have it again, ever. Ever. So my friend, life happens in this breath, not yesterday's shadows or tomorrow's illusions, but right here, right now. Let today's emotions be enough, because they are. They're not too small, they're not too big, they are simply what is. When you live in emotional truth, you begin to create a new life. You really do. One grounded in peace, presence, and purpose. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. I don't take that for granted. If today's episode spoke to you, I'd love it if you'd share it with someone who needs it most. Please like and follow this podcast channel so more people can find us when they're searching for hope and wanting to create a new life. Until next time, I'm Pamela Jean, reminding you that your life is not a dream, it's a decision, and you can make it happen today. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, make it a great day.
Thank you for joining us today on a New Life podcast. We will see you next time.